What is up, everybody? We are live with the late night agenda. As always, I'm your host Craig, and it is a pleasure to be here with my favourite people in the world. Well, don't let the family hear me saying that, but it's just between us, isn't it? This is just you and us here. The family, we push them aside. How are we, ladies and gentlemen? Look, I can only apologise for earlier on. Few gremlins. When we start to introduce Skype, that's what we found here. When we're using Hot Mic and YouTube, when Skype gets put into the mix, sometimes it all goes a little bit haywire. But look, I hope life is treating you well. Lovely to see you all. Thank you for being in the chat. I'm looking forward to having some fun tonight. This is my one stream of the week on my week off, so let's enjoy it, you know what I mean? Let's sit back, relax, and have a bit of fun. Tomas Kennedy, Dylan Cooney, James, how are you, sir? Everybody over on Hot Mic, and to all the wonderful people on YouTube as well. There actually is quite a lot for us to get through tonight. We could talk about the point that Dortmund look like that they've gone and shit the bed and that Bayern Munich are going to win the Bundesliga, but that's not what we're here to do, is it? We're Liverpool fans, and we're here to talk about the Reds. What have we got? Rob Shepherd said, hello, are you feeling better yet? Mate, I'm always better when I'm on here talking to you wonderful people. This is my favourite thing to do outside of the wife. Yes, he went there. Yes, he did. If there's kids watching, I hope they didn't get the reference. But either way, look, ladies and gents, there is a load for us to get through, a load for us to do. Shaqiri news, Werner stuff as well, a little bit on Takumi Minamino as well. A few things for us to get through. Look, as always, it is our last stream of the month on Hot Mic. So if you guys haven't downloaded that app, put in the code Anfield, all capital letters yet, please do so. We're on the march towards 2,000 followers, which is a massive achievement for us if we get there. We need your support to do so. Do you know what though? I have to say, our good friend of the channel, Mark Goldbridge, he was on earlier on and he tore it up. He is absolutely flying up on Hot Mic. So, if you haven't downloaded the app, as soon as you do and put in the code Anfield, make sure you give us a follow and then go down and give Mark Goldbridge a follow as well, of course. He's on there with his That's Football show. I think the United Stand are going to move on there as well at some point in the future. But you can see, I did promise you the big boys were going to start coming across. I couldn't give you names, and there's a few more as well that I can't quite give you names for yet. But Hot Mic is going to be a serious player moving forward, ladies and gentlemen. Am I a little bit loud today? Am I a little bit loud? Do I need to lower down the volume a little bit? How's it at your end, ladies and gents? James and everybody over on Hot Mic, lovely to see you guys as well. Thank you very much. I'm going to just dip through the chat. Shit happens, Liz. Shit definitely does happen. But I'm glad that this is going okay. Are we doing okay, everybody, so far? If you see Anfield Agenda in the chat, and either one, by the way, it's Connor. It's not me. I can't do two things at once. I am not that way. Look, ladies and gents, let's start off with the big story of the day. I mean, something that was breaking when I was getting my notes ready for the stream earlier on. And that is that it looks like Sheridan Shaqiri could potentially be on his way to Newcastle. This kind of came out of nowhere. Dominic King has tweeted to say that Newcastle have sounded out his representatives about a move. And interestingly, he went on to say that Shaqiri would be open to a move if the Newcastle takeover goes through. Now, from what I've read, that deal will be ratified fairly soon and it'll be TTFN to Mike Ashley. Actually, it won't be TTFN. It'll just be goodbye, because there's no tata for now. It's literally adios, dickhead. And yeah, he's off. So what do you think about that one, ladies and gentlemen? I'd be interested to see what type of money would be involved in that potential deal. I'm slightly big on the screen, said Connor. I'm a fucking giant. I'm a giant. Yeah, I did mess around with it a bit to make myself a bit bigger, mate, because, you know, I'm WFM. Do you know what I mean, Crosby? WFM, look at me. I'm in good form. I know a lot of people in our Discord group were worried earlier on, but I brush these things off. As soon as the microphone and the camera turns on, I am back to being me. And just for Connor, I'm going to try and fix this a little bit to make myself a little bit more or less humongous. So bear with me 2 seconds. Right, let's just try and make it a little bit smaller here, just so Connor feels a bit better. There you go. Is that better, Connor? Am I still a bit too huge for your liking? Hello, Sailor. Right, there you go. That's about as small as I'm willing to go, Crosby. Do you know what I mean? Go big or go home. Isn't that right, Brian? Brian Morrissey, go big or go home, pal. That's the story. Did everybody get the free season tickets and all that we were dishing out? The trips to Disneyland and all that stuff as well? Because if you don't go big, Brian, there's no point at all. Joanne Fisher, we are on set, Joanne. Thank you for the super sticker, my friend. Connor said that sound. I've got the thumbs up from Mr. Crosby. That's good to go. John Hannafy, how are you, sir, over on Hot Mic as well? Dylan said, I think we won't be able to sell Lovren until January and sign a replacement such as White from Brighton, who's on loan at Leeds. I'm with you on the Ben White thing, mate. He's a centre-back that I'm waiting to see if we have a serious interest in, or if it's just a few bits and pieces. Anthony said try FaceTime. We're definitely going to try and mess around with a few other things, Zoom, GoToMeeting, and a few other options as well. But you know what, there's two ways of looking at this, ladies and gentlemen. One, we worry about what way we bring on guests, or two, fuck the guests, so it's just me on here chatting to you wonderful people, and that's the way I like it, to be fair, because I like being on here chatting with you guys. Brian Morrissey, free tickets all around, up the motherfucking Red, said Shay Greensdale. Also, a bit of a shout out, I'm going to be a lot more active on the Instagram account. Connor's going to take care of the images and the photos and all the stuff like that, and I'm going to take care of the Instagram story. So, if you haven't yet followed Anfield Agenda on Instagram, please do jump over there and give us a follow. It's really straightforward. It's just at Anfield Agenda, and we're the same on Twitter as well. Our competition on Twitter with 3 Retro is going to run out at the end of the week, so make sure you jump over there and enter that. We're giving you a chance to win a shirt for you and a shirt for your mate or somebody who you think deserves a treat. Check out our pin tweet over on the Anfield Agenda Twitter account, but most importantly, get your ass over to Instagram, because I'm starting to have a bit of fun with the Instagram stories. Why does it sound like the Cookie Monster in my sitting room, said Sabrina. I see, you hear that and I hear my wife's fetish for Elmo coming into play here. So, do you know what I mean? She says Cookie Monster, but she's thinking, is this leading to Elmo? Because I'm not going to lie, she gets Ladywood for Elmo. Elmo! I don't know why, but hey, we are where we are. This is the world we live in. Each to their own. Lovren's Champions League message, Liverpool Echo. I don't know what that means. I mean, I'm sick of talking about Lovren. I genuinely think that he'll move on this summer. I've no proof to base that on, but I'm here for a bit of fun tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Ethan said, love Shaqiri, but if him leaving supports the Werner fund, I'm in. And I'm with you. I'm not with you with the Shaqiri love as much, if I'm being honest about it. I've always been very vocal in my belief that I don't think he's good enough. He's a decent impact player, and he was definitely worth a punt at the price tag, but I never really seen him being a long-term success at the club. But that being said, he is a Liverpool player. He does give us all every time he puts on the shirt, and you know what I mean? I'm happy to support anybody that does that. Same with Dejan Lovren. I mean, I have my ups and downs with Degsy, but every single time he puts on that Liverpool shirt, I know without fail that he's going to give 100%, that wearing that shirt means a lot to him. Kenton said he isn't good enough, if that's with regards to Shaqiri. I kind of agree, pal. But if it isn't, if you're talking about somebody else, please do let me know as well. Mbappe's message to Klopp. I seen that, Eugene. I seen that. Don't tease me. I mean, I think, you know, Mr. Mbappe is flirting too much with us. I think we should get Craig on TikTok and do TikTok dances, said Sabrina, my wife. Thumbs up if you agree. Nobody wants me on TikTok. I mean, if I went on TikTok, I would fully expect a cease and desist letter from TikTok telling me to stop. Do you know what I mean? Because nobody wants Craig on TikTok. Casper has asked a really good question. It's one that I'd love to throw into the chat and see how you guys are feeling. How much is Shaqiri worth in this market? And it's a pretty good question, because it's one that, we don't know how the market's going to be. Everybody's values are probably going to be diminished somewhat in this upcoming market. So I really don't know. I would have said beforehand, you're probably talking in the 25 to 30 million bracket. But with the market being as it is, I don't know. But if it's to Newcastle and they've got, you know, new owners who want to spend wedge, I don't know. I think Brian might have something there. Somewhere between 15 to 20 maybe, for me, I think is fairly reasonable. Big Red Scouts has gone 18 to 25. Connor's gone 25 mil. Lenny has gone for 20 mil as well. See, I used to call this account Yibber, but now I've just realised that it's YLBE or Jaha. How am I supposed to pronounce that, mate? Can you phonetically or break that down for me, how you'd like me to pronounce it? Because I've been getting your name wrong for a long time, and it was actually Brian that pointed out to me that inadvertently that I'd be mispronouncing your name. Kenton said, back to Werner, this has to happen, man. We needed it against Atleti, that poacher. Look, I'm going to be as optimistic about this as I can possibly be. Now, I often say on here, and it's true, that I don't have any inside sources at Liverpool Football Club. I absolutely do not. But I do get sent a lot of stuff, and it's difficult because you wade through it, and most of the time it's bullshit. But I would be lying if I sat here and said that everything that I've read, seen, and hashtag fucking in inverted commas or whatever, being told, points towards Werner coming to Liverpool. And I have to say that I would be flabbergasted if Timo Werner is not a Liverpool player after the next transfer window. That's how strong my belief is. Now, what I'm going to point out, I'm not being dropped the line by Liverpool or Klopp to say that he's on the way. I've not got an inside scoop from a journalist or anything like that. But we do get a lot of stuff sent their way, and most of the time we don't talk about it because it's probably bullshit or it's probably just people chancing their arm. But there's been too much for me to think that this move won't happen. Now, we know how much his price is. Well, at least we think we know how much his price is. 60 million euro is the rumoured price tag. Get him. If that's the price, get him. 60 million euro. If you can do a Michael Edwards type deal and get a few bob off, brilliant. But 60 million euro for a player of his ilk, his quality, somebody that's banged in in the mid 20s in goals this season. I just can't make an argument against it. I know people will say that the football landscape is going to be very difficult. Clubs are going to have to cut the cloth accordingly, and I fully understand all of that. But we should be in a good position. We're a club that's well run. We know that. We're a club that didn't go big last summer because we wanted to make sure, one, we balanced the books. Two, Klopp had full belief in the squad that's there. And look, that belief has been played out because we're top of the league and about to win it. So, yes, that one's been played out well. I just don't know, ladies and gents. I just can't see a way that we can't afford it. I just can't, even with the current financial situation. And look, sometimes I try to almost err on the cautious side when I come on here and talk about players coming to Liverpool in this current climate. But I'm fully of the belief that, put it this way, if I knew what number he was going to wear, I'd nearly order a fucking shirt. Do you know what I mean? That's how much I'm of the belief. Although I can't order a shirt because anyone isn't out. But, I'm just trying to get across how much I believe that we will see Werner. What happened in the stream earlier, said Craig, not me, a different Craig, over on Hot Mic. Just had some issues, mate. It seems that when we introduce Skype into the mix, Hot Mic and YouTube and my computer just don't get along. So we need to figure that out. Until we figure that out, I'm just going to be lone wolf on here. Couldn't do it without doing that. I mean, it was that or it was a Ric Flair whoop. But, or woo! I did watch a documentary at 30 for 30 on Ric Flair, by the way. Really good watch if anybody wants to. I've loads to get through here, by the way. I read earlier on that Dortmund player Stefan Freund, I hope that's how you pronounce his name, it probably isn't, has said that Jadon Sancho is ready to play for Liverpool, but has warned against moving to Manchester United because of their struggles to qualify in the Champions League or qualify for the Champions League. Now, I'm not sitting here saying Sancho's coming to Liverpool, but anything that kind of tries to steer him away from United, I'm on board with that. I'm fully on board with that. I mean, defo, I'm board with that. What do you think? I still think he may end up at United. If he does move, it's probably the most likely, but I also understand why Stefan Freund, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, has reservations over that, because look, it's easy for me as an anti-Manchester United Liverpool fan to sit on here and belittle their club, but it is the truth. They kind of are where we were. They're kind of in that in and out of Champions League places, in for one season, out for another season. And unlike Liverpool and I suppose technically Manchester City, you're almost guaranteed Champions League football each season when you come here at this moment in time. Same with Manchester City, although look, we know they have their appeal with the Court of Arbitration for Sport coming up. So yeah, I kind of understand where he's coming from, but I still think United have the might financially to get that deal across the line. Although, hey, let's wait and see what happens. Billy said, "Hi Craig, hope you and your family are well. I was just wondering if you think that when we restart the Premier League, do you think it'll be the same order as it would have been before?" With regards to fixtures, Billy, yes, I do. I think that is the case, mate. Again, our first game would be away against Everton. I think the first game back would be Spurs United or United Spurs. I'm not sure which one is home in that one. But yeah, I think so, Billy, from what I've read anyway. Now, there are important meetings taking place this week. There's one tomorrow. I think there's another one on Thursday and even another one on Friday. And the one tomorrow seems to be around allowing players the vote to allow players back contact training. So as we know, this is phase 1 of Project Restart. Players are training in small groups. I think Klopp said that he had 10 in, then another 10 came in after, and then another 5. They're training in small groups. They're training on particular pitches. Everything's been disinfected. Social distancing is in place, and there is no contact. So the meeting on Wednesday, I think, is to try and see if we can get to a point where we can start contact training. So basically tackling, working on set pieces, all that kind of stuff. The Nature Boy said, Kenton, I do love me a bit of Ric Flair, mate. I'm not going to lie. Back in the day, I was a massive wrestling fan. And I'm going right through probably till I was 30. Like, I've only stopped watching it in the past 8 years or so. He wants first team football, said Mickey, with regards to who, mate? I'm confused. Are we talking about Sancho, Mickey? If so, he'll get it at United if he went there, to be fair. Antio Chill, I hope I pronounced that one right, said, hey Craig, and hello to you, sir. What are your thoughts on the Adama Traore links? I don't believe them, is my thoughts on it. I've said this, and I think Brian Morrissey might agree with me on this one. The situation with Traore is that, look, he's had an amazing season, like a really good season, definitely a breakthrough season, but the system at Wolves is set up to get the most out of Adama Traore. I don't know if that would be the same if he came to Liverpool. Would he continue to improve as a player under the tutelage of Jurgen Klopp? Yes, of course so. Nuno is an excellent manager as well, don't get me wrong, but I think Klopp is just that little bit of a level above, and I've no doubt that he would improve Adama Traore. But if you go and you spend, £60 million, maybe a little bit more in the likes of an Adama Traore, for me, I would rather maybe, try and spend a little bit more and go after a Kai Havertz, or maybe even a little bit less and go after a Houssem Aouar. So I know they're not like for like players. I know he has blistering pace, and I know Klopp loves a bit of pace. And look, hey, I love a bit of pace in the team as well. But I don't know. I just think it just feels like too much of a gamble for an unproven player. And I know you might sit here and go, hang on, dickhead, unproven. Have you not seen him this season? I hear you, and I get you, but it is just this season. So I don't see it personally. If anybody is to leave Wolves with regards to one of their bigger players, Raul Jimenez is the one that I think will be most likely to move on. He's been a lot more vocal about the potential of moving on as well. Wolves have always said this. Wolves are a club with ambition. Wolves are a club that want to try and push into those European places. And look, there's no denying that they've got great links back in Portugal as well to that type of talent. I mean, they brought in that young kid that everybody's gone mad about, whose name, of course his name goes out of my head when we're live on a stream. That was at Porto when they were in the Championship. What's his fucking name again? Young midfielder. You all know who I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm drawing a complete blank here. No, not Neto. The other dude. The one that everybody wants. The one that plays in the holding midfield role that just bangs them in from outside the box. Left, right and centre. That dude. The one that was coached by Pep and Linders. Him. He's the one that we need. It's not Neto though. We're going back before that. Neves. Ruben Neves. Thank you very much, Casper. Yes, Ruben Neves. They brought him in when they were in the fucking Championship. That raised eyebrows at the time. Ruben Neves going to Wolves when they were in the Championship. That was a player that was accused of a player that was linked with us. A player that was linked with the top echelons of the Premier League. So you could see right away, and thank you for everyone. This is why I love you guys. I love you guys because you always bail me out when shit happens. Right, what have we got? Quality, to be fair, to Jordan Henderson. Liam Barry said lagging. I'm not getting any other reports about lagging, Lee, mate. John said no lagging for him either. Good, because that's the last phrase I want to hear, mate, is lagging. I'm sick to death of hearing that phrase. Shaqiri linked to Newcastle, Morton. Yep, we've gone through that one. Shay over on Hot Mic said, John Barnes suggested that Soyuncu, I pronounced that one right, I know I did, could be a target for Liverpool. Now this one interests me, and I'd love to know what you guys think as well, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think Leicester are going to want to sell Soyuncu because they brought him in as a replacement, obviously, for Harry Maguire, who went on to Manchester United, and he's done very, very, very well. But he does seem to be a very ambitious player. And I remember speaking to our Leicester City friends about this a while back, and they were saying that maybe he's angling for an improved contract. And yeah, that could well be the case. And it's easy to just link players to Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? Link players to Liverpool and then say, well, look, Liverpool are interested in him. Surely he deserves a new deal. So I don't know on that front. He's a good player, but I agree with, I can't remember who it was earlier on, and I apologise that I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was you, Dylan. Somebody mentioned Ben White. Now, for me, if we moved on Dejan Lovren, we're having Kylian Hoover and Sepp van den Berg, who just aren't quite there just yet. Somebody like White might be a very good option to come in and bring through. So, and you're probably talking in the 15 to 20 million pound bracket for him as well. What have we got? Rasmus, thank you for the super chat, mate. I mean, like, you've no idea how much thank you for the super chat. But Craig, glad you didn't give up. How am I lately? I am feeling more determined than I ever have, mate. That much I can say. I mean, all channels have been going through a really difficult patch with no football. But I'm really determined that this is going to work, man. And I'm really determined on behalf of our entire wonderful community on here that my bald ass needs to just keep plugging away and keep this going and keep this ship on the straight and narrow. So, yeah, I'm good, thank you, mate. And thank you for the super chat. All these little bits and pieces mean more than you'll ever know. Right, what else is there? Yeah, it was Neves, thank you again. I'm just catching up with some chat here on Hot Mic as well. Wouldn't mind us looking at... Oh, God, you really want me to pronounce that name, don't you, Louis? Benrahma? Looks good, going to be a class player. What else is there? Lallana, no way he's going to Arsenal, mate, to somebody else. Yeah, Lallana. There's a little talk about Lallana. Actually, good segue. Thank you very much for doing that for me there. You'll never walk alone, Liverpool. Lallana has yet to agree an extension. So as we know, players who were out of contract, Lallana, Kleiny and that, their contracts run out in June. So as things stand, Liverpool have yet to agree that little extension with Adam Lallana that would see him stay at the club until the end of this Premier League campaign. Now, I fully expect that, and every player in his position, to get that little agreement. We know he's probably going to move on at the end of the season. He's been linked to a whole host of clubs. He's been linked to Arsenal, if you pointed out. He's been linked to Leicester City. And there's probably going to be no shortage of takers from him because he's a very good player. But yeah, it's just something I wanted to touch on because it is a story going around, but I don't see any problems with it. I mean, Lallana's going to want to stay here, celebrate, have that moment of winning the Premier League with his good mate, Hendo, and the rest of his teammates. And he deserves every moment of that as well. So I've no doubt that'll get sorted out. To be honest, they don't quite know how long they'd need to extend it for yet, do they? Because we've no exact date as to when the Premier League's going to resume and when the Premier League scheduled to finish. So yeah, there you go. Rob said, I love your attitude, Craig. It's infectious. You just can't give up, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to get knocks. I'm going to be down. I'm going to have periods where I feel sorry for myself. I'm going to bitch and moan and whinge and throw stuff. But I'm never giving up, man. Never giving up. It's just not in my fucking nature to give up. So I'm going to keep going. And we're going to make this shit work. Whether we do it and we have to, I don't know, open up an OnlyFans or a fans only or whatever it is where I shake my things, like shake my maracas for money. Whatever it is, we'll keep this shit together and we'll keep this show on the road. Have I talked about Werner yet? Said Lil LFC boy. Love that name, mate. Yes, but I'm always happy to talk more Timo Werner, mate. I mean, the more Werner propaganda we can go through, the better, sir. Liz said, have a great break. See you all after. Liz, lots of love to you and the family over in America. I hope you're all safe and well. Always enjoy having you in the chat, mate. You've been a great supporter of the channel in every sense of the word. So thank you, Liz. You have a lovely time as well. And I hope we catch up really, really soon, my friend. 100k soon, said Liverpool, you'll never walk alone. Yeah, it's tough. I was thinking this the other day. I was wondering if the Premier League had just played out and the COVID-19 situation hadn't come to all of our doors, where would the channel be at? And it's easy to play where woods or what ifs, you know what I mean? But I think we can definitely say we'd be past 40k. Maybe touching on 50k. But the good news is that we would have had the celebration of lifting the Premier League. And it would have been over. And now we still sort of have that to look forward to. Now I know we would have had it in a sense of a full stadium and a parade. But we still have those beautiful emotions to look forward to. And that's one of the things that definitely has kept me going through all of this, is that we're going to have that moment together. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to you, me, and every other Liverpool fan that comes in and watching this channel having that beautiful moment together. It's class. And there's nowhere else I'd rather be. I'm not fucking joking. If you said to me, Craig, I can get you into that stadium for that day, or I can get you onto YouTube and you're going to have, I don't know, whatever amount of people watching, I'm telling you right now, hand on heart, I would take YouTube every day of the week, because this is where I love being. This is what makes me happy. You guys make me happy. You guys give me a massive boost. And there's genuinely nobody I'd rather share this with. Obviously, I'd love to have Connor here as well beside me if we're watching it together, and that would be great. But on a stream, it has to be on a stream, because I remember that Barcelona game. I remember what we all went through together. I remember my wife coming in and handing me a tissue because I had tears of happiness. That shit is infectious. It's like sometimes you come off a stream and you're on such a high that it's hard to sleep. You're still up at 3-4 o'clock in the morning and you're just buzzing. And it's you guys that do that for me. So I know I keep saying thank you, but thank you. Because without you guys and your amazing support, this channel wouldn't be here. And we have no right to be where we are. Do you know what I mean? We're just a little couple of guys from Ireland that started the YouTube channel talking about a football club in Liverpool and wondered if anybody would dig it and, you know, come on and enjoy what we do. But amazing community. And I keep talking about a community because it's something that keeps coming up. Every time anybody new drops in, or we make friends with a new channel and we get them on for a chat, they always come back to me off stream and say, you know what? Your chat, your subscribers, man, they're a special group of people. They're so welcoming, they're so friendly. And I see this I'm blessed to get to see this every day. And I love that other people get to see it as well. Now look, we may never end up as big as Red Men. We may never end up as big as the Anfield Rap. Brilliant channels who I have nothing but respect for. But we're going to keep going. And you guys are going to do this with me. Everyone that subscribes to this channel is another one to our family. And that's the way I look at it. So look, ladies and gentlemen, if you are enjoying the stream, please do hit that subscribe button. Please do give us a thumbs up. And if you are on Hot Mic, please give us a follow. And if you haven't downloaded Hot Mic, there is a link in the description. Code Anfield, all capital letters, is your welcome code as well. I did say Goldbridge is on there as well now, so Hot Mic's starting to blow up a little bit. You've got the Anfield Rap on there. You've got Redmen on there. You've got myself on there. You've got Claude Nabances on there. You've got Mark on there. Mark Goldbridge. You'll have the United Stand, I believe, on there at some point as well. Expressions looks like he could be coming to Hot Mic as well. I'm getting you guys the big uns because I believe in that platform, and the people that come over and try it, they're starting to believe in it as well. So I love it. And I'm so happy for the guys at Hot Mic as well, because we've gotten to know them over the past few months, and the guys, Skylar, Gavin, the guys that work there in the tech support, and Sean and everybody involved, they're a wonderful group of people. And this could be a game changer for the way fan content, with watch-alongs mainly in mind, is done. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are looking forward to that journey as well. But look, fuck it, let's keep going with the Liverpool chat, because there's loads to get through. You're a humble man, Craig. You have talent and we recognise it, said Paul. I do need to believe in myself a little bit more, Paul, mate. You are right. I mean, I knock myself a little bit at times, but I'm aware that I'm alright at this shit, you know. I'll give myself that much. I'm aware that I'm okay at it. Bernadette said, I know Origi, he's intelligent, so it's just plain jealousy is biased when it comes to us. He can't hide it. I think you were talking to somebody else there. Hot Mic will be bigger than YouTube watch-alongs next season, said Dylan. Mate, if it is, then if it's bigger than a YouTube watch-alongs, then I'm going to be driving a fucking Range Rover next year, mate, if that was the case. So yeah, fingers crossed, mate. I hope you're right. I've been a subscriber since 2,500 and I've made over 60 accounts and followed you. Shh, mate. Shh. We'll keep going. So you've been with us since 2,500 subscribers and you've got one account with us. I'm so happy that you're with us, mate. But shh, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, just between you and I. Do you know what I mean? Jersey boy, how are you? Said, hope you're feeling a bit better. You're a legend. Don't forget that. If I am a legend, it's only because of you guys. So thank you for giving me this. What if you Goldbridge or Payjack? I don't know what you mean. What's the question? Like you just said Goldbridge or Payjack question mark. I don't know what you mean by who do I prefer. I don't know what you mean. I don't know Chris Payjack for a start. So if that is the question, I would go with Mark because I know Mark. Chris, I don't know, but he seems like a lovely lad. Makes great content. Yeah, But I don't know. I've never met Chris Pajak or Paul Machin, so I can't really speak for them, whereas I do know Mark Ulrich a bit better. Craig, should I get an icon card? I don't know what that is, Shay. Sorry. I mean, yeah. But, yeah, get one. I definitely recommend getting one, mate. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Callum said, love you, Craig. Keep it up. By the way, did you know about the free subscription for YouTube Premium members? I do not, Callum, but please, again, I'm happy to be educated, buddy. Please do put it in the chat. Craig, what about Dip from West Ham as a Lovren replacement? Dip? Neil, mate, that's gone over my head, pal. I'm sorry if I've missed something really obvious there. Or Dip? I don't know if that's me being silly or if that's just a misprint on your end. You'll Never Walk Alone 96 said, what do you think about Curtis Jones and Harry Wilson? Play them or let them go? Curtis Jones, no way is he going anywhere, man. He is a baller, and that dude is going to be... I see him taking Lallana's position. Wilson, I would sell if the right money came in. I just don't think he's ever going to be at our standard. And remember, we're talking about the creme de la creme here when you're talking about Liverpool. So yeah, I think Curtis Jones will make it, but Diop is who you meant. He's somebody who's been linked with a whole host of clubs. I've yet to see Liverpool linked to him, if I'm being honest. Yeah, unless I've missed a link or something, but I haven't seen a link to him. I really like this Ben White idea, though. He's somebody that, as I started to read more and more links, I've started to watch more and more clips of. Went down through the divisions from... He's a Brighton player, but he's been on loan at Leeds and other clubs down through the football pyramid. And every level he stepped up, he's absolutely knocked it out of the park at. So, if you could get somebody like him, with the experience that he's gaining, working under a very good manager as Bielsa at Leeds as well, I think that would be a good way to go. I do, for very reasonable money as well. One thing I did read today that I wanted to talk to you about, and the media in Spain have finally admitted that the Reds won't be signing Sevilla's centre-back Diego Carlos, who has a €75 million release clause in his contract. But they have, however, mentioned that Arsenal and Barcelona are interested. Now, this is where, again, I just go, really? Are they? Are they interested? Really? Because Barcelona are up shit creek. Let's be very, very honest about this. I wanted to touch on Barcelona because it kind of pertains to Liverpool a little bit. So Barcelona look to me like a club that badly need to sell this summer. So firstly, we've seen stories that Ousmane Dembele could be available for potentially £39 million, which is, what, a third of what they paid for him, if even that. I think around a third of what they paid for him. Then tonight I read that Barcelona are also willing to take a massive loss on Felipe Coutinho and will entertain offers of around £70 million. And I even think at that you'd probably get him cheaper. And Arsenal have been mentioned as a potential candidate for his signature. Now, his agent is Kia Jarabchin, and Kia Jarabchin has come out and said, it's no secret, I, as in Jarabchin, I'm an Arsenal fan. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything with regards to that. So if Arsenal were to go for Coutinho, I would imagine they would probably have to try and move on Mesut Ozil or something to free up wages. But it'd be a good move for them. I was saying this to Terry earlier on. If they can get rid of Mesut Ozil and get in Coutinho, I think it'd be a good move for Arsenal, in all honesty. I don't think they'll pay 70 million quid for him. Are Barcelona going to be stupid enough to loan him out again? Because that to me would just be silly, because the value of him is just going to go down and down as he gets older. They had a loan to buy option with Bayern Munich. That option has expired, and Bayern Munich have come out and said that they're not going to take up the option to make the deal permanent. So there again, where is Felipe Coutinho's future? Shouldn't have left Liverpool, motherfucker. Yeah, I have very little sympathy for him, if I'm being honest. I mean, he went after his dream move and it didn't work out. Grass isn't always greener. Do you know what I mean? Could have been with the Reds lifting Champions Leagues. What else is there? Alex Crawford guitar said, I don't know if anybody else has seen the bad news. Fuck bad news, mate. I don't want any more bad news. We've all had enough of it. Love you, dude. Absolutely love you. But nobody wants bad news. No more bad news. We've all had enough of it. Shay said, would you take Ferran Torres? Yes. The Valencia player? Yes. I've looked at him extensively because we were linked to him a while back. This was one of those links that I thought, oh, maybe this is the one that'll sneak under the radar. Maybe this is the one that hasn't really got much media attention, but Ferran Torres looks like a very, very, very good player. Will he leave Valencia this summer? I don't know. I don't know because I don't know what their financial situation is like, and I don't know what the upcoming market's going to look like. But would I take him? Absolutely. I think he's a wonderful footballer. Werner Traore in a decent centre-back would be a good summer, but that's wishful thinking, said Rob. It is pretty wishful, mate. I mean, the first one and the last one, I'd probably be happy with at this point. Origi, Divock, how are you? Big Div said, I'm retiring at Liverpool. Why not, mate? Why not? Lovely to have you in the chat, Div. Dembele was a beast on the Klopp at Dortmund, said Liverpool, you'll never walk alone. Indeed he was, mate. Indeed he was. And would I take Ousmane Dembele at 39 million quid? Yes, of course I would. I'm not an idiot. I know that he did his ACL, and I know that he's working his way back, and I know that when players have that injury that sometimes they may never have the same explosive pace again, or they may not have the same faith in their own body for fear of it breaking down again. But at 39 million, if that was the case, now this is a big if, because I think I find it hard to stomach them selling him at that price. But if it was 39 million quid, I'd be all over it. I'm not going to lie. I'd be all over it at 39 million quid. Imagine him and Werner coming in this summer. And then, let's say we let young Raheem Brewster go out on loan. We keep Harvey Elliott at the club to get some more minutes in the cups and stuff. You've got Takumi Minamino, who I'm going to come on to talk about in a few minutes as well. It's just quality. I mean, the rotation would be amazing. And then if we were to lose Salah and Mane for the AFCON, you would have quality backup. I mean, look, it's wishful thinking, I know, but we're allowed to dream. You know what I mean? Do I think we should sign Shaqiri? Again, mate, not somebody I know too much about, so happy to have other people in the chat comment on it. Dembele never played under Klopp. Did he not? Did they not play together at Dortmund? Did he come in after Klopp left? He definitely tore it up at Dortmund. Did he not play when Klopp was there? Do you know, I think you might be right, because I think he rented Klopp's house, now that you mention it. Now that you mention it, I do think he rented Jurgen Klopp's house, so you could have a very good point there, Casper. Good show. I can't remember if he did or did not, but I definitely remember something about him renting Jurgen Klopp's house. When are we going to get the official, or to see the official night kits at Pranav? How are you, mate, by the way? I hope life's treating you well. I don't know, is the honest answer, buddy. I think New Balance are going to see out the season, and that's class, because I think they deserve to, and they deserve to see their badge being linked to the Premier League champions, because you know the Nike deal could be a game changer, no doubt about it. But New Balance have been a very good kit manufacturer, and I think have produced some great kits, 2 record-breaking home kits in a row with regards to sales and stuff. So I don't know. I think Nike are trying to be respectful, but I've also read that I think Liverpool might have to pay Nike a few quid to kind of tide this all over, because technically Nike could have said, well, look, our deal with Liverpool is supposed to start in June. We are going towards June. Put our kits on. But I think, you know, everybody, common sense prevailed, put it that way. Is there leaks of Shaqiri going to Newcastle? Yes, there was talk about it from Dominic King earlier on, mate. He tweeted about it, saying that Newcastle have sounded out as representatives about a move. And he went on to say that Shaqiri would be interested in a move if the Newcastle takeover goes through. So that's the only thing I've really seen so far that's up to date on it. The players were so happy in training. I don't blame them, mate. I'm sure they're absolutely delighted to be back with their mates as well. And I don't want to get into this, you know, about players who don't want to go back, because I've spoken about that enough, and it kind of divides people. And tonight's not a night for dividing people. Tonight I want people to come together and have a bit of fun and enjoy themselves. So I'm not going to go down that route tonight of talking about players feeling comfortable to come back and those who don't, because I just want to have some fun tonight. The players were so happy we've done that. Them records will be broken if half a season Nike's not going to lie, said Phil. It's going to be great, yeah. Like, I mean, what's the deal with Nike? 30 million quid guaranteed and 20% of all merchandise, I think, which could end up being a very, very tidy sum of money. And you're right, I think a lot of people will love to wear Nike products as well. So I do agree. I think it's going to be a brilliant partnership moving forward. I'm an Adidas freak, so I would have preferred us to go back to Adidas, but we kind of did get a bit of shade thrown at us from Adidas at one point. So Nike stepped up, Nike put their hand in their pocket, Nike put a deal on the table that Liverpool felt was the best one for them. And look, it is no doubt, going with Nike is stepping up into the big time again for Liverpool, where we belong. You know, and we're going to be promoted by the likes of Drizzy, we're going to be promoted by, who else is there going to, Serena Williams is going to be promoted by LeBron James, and it's going to be great. And Liverpool are going to become an even bigger force around the world. And look, it's no secret that Nike have a foothold established in the Chinese and Asian market, and I've no doubt that that's a market that Liverpool would very, very, very much like to crack and sell more shirts and stuff in as well. And, you know, we are a big club, but there's always room to get bigger. Craig, if you buy the home kit for next year, the club you get 20% off money. See, if I buy the home kit for next year, will the club get 20% of the money? Yes, Scotty, that's the way it works. So, from my limited understanding of previous deals, mate, clubs used to get what's called a merchant's cut, which I believe is 7 or 8%, something along those lines, of shirt sales. But that will be similar to what the likes of JD Sports or Sports Direct or whatever it is might get as well. It's just basically your little markup for selling the shirts. But with this deal, and it was a deal that other clubs had in the future, I think Real Madrid and Barcelona might have similar deals with Nike and Adidas, that you get 20%. So yeah, if you buy the Liverpool shirt, Liverpool will get 20% of that money, mate. Yes, which is brilliant. And that will absolutely help to push us on, because we're going to be champions of England. We're already champions of the world. Still technically European champions. And we have the best manager in the world. Yeah, the shirts are going to fly off the shelf, mate. I totally agree with you. Craig, will you do a Football Manager career mode? I would, mate, but I'd be a little bit afraid that Manchester United might sue me. Because, you know, they're suing Football Manager. Isn't there Football Manager that they're suing? Over the likeness rights or the name or the badge. It couldn't be the badge, actually, is it? Because you can't use the real badge on there, although I think you can buy an add-on or something. I was reading an article about it, but no, mate, I'm not going to... I don't play computer games. It's not my thing. Although, I keep saying I really should get into it, because I defo like a good rage, and I think I could have a fair few of them on there. Right, more stuff to get through. The news keeps coming, ladies and gentlemen. So, Takumi Minamino's former coach at Salzburg, Jesse Marsh, has been speaking to the Echo's Blood Red podcast about Takumi's move to Liverpool. And this is something that I wanted to bring up, because it's something that annoys me a little bit with some sections of our fan base and a lot of other clubs' fans who are writing Takumi Minamino off already. And I think it's far too soon to do that. So, as I said, Jesse Marsh was talking, and he said, what you have right now at Liverpool is the same is some of the best players in the world in this position. He said tacky, but Takumi is still young and he'll need to adapt. He's not a purely explosive player like Sadio Mane or Mohamed Salah. He has physical qualities, but he's a really intelligent footballer. It may take time for everyone to fully appreciate his qualities, but it will come. We've seen it here, his ability to understand tactical systems, his ability to find attacking moments, be good around the goal. It's all good. It'll take a little time, but eventually it'll come together for him. I fully agree with everything he said there. And look, obviously, he knows Minamino better than any of us. He coached them. But everything that he said there, leading into what I'd heard from Jurgen Klopp, leading into the interviews that I've heard from Minamino being slightly critical of his own performances, everything seems to suggest a player who is very tactically aware, somebody who will bring those attributes that his former manager spoke about there to Liverpool, and I'm really looking forward to it. 7.25 million quid or whatever it was for that deal. It's daylight robbery, but that was the buyout clause, and that's how clubs like Salzburg can attract some players there. They know it's a stepping stone club, and they know that there has to be a reasonable buyout clause. And look, we knew about it. I'd read at the time that United and other clubs were looking at him and didn't know about the release clause and were looking to do deals for 20 to 30 million quid. But Michael Edwards went in and went bing bang bosh. There's the release clause. Deal agreed. Takumi, come on son, you're on your way over to Liverpool. I love it, and I don't think any of us should be writing him off anytime soon. He's only here a wet day. He's played very little minutes, and it takes a bit of a while to get used to Kloppo's system. And as Liverpool, you never walk alone said, he joined in January for fuck's sake, so I'm with you, pal. Joanne said he hasn't had a chance to get his feet wet yet. Joanne, you are our official Hot Mic counter-upper. Where are we at on Hot Mic? Can somebody give me a Hot Mic count number? It would be lovely to go past 1,900 followers on this stream, ladies and gentlemen. It's our last one of the month as well, so really important. If you are going to give it a bash, please do download the app. You can get it in the Google Play Store, you can get it in the Apple App Store. There's a link in the description as well. Use the code Anfield, all capital letters, when you sign up, and give us a follow on there as well. And then make sure you go down to the broadcasters and click on follow for anybody else that you like. So Mark Goldbridge, the Anfield Rap, Claude Nabanstas, Lee Gunner, whoever else it is on there that you guys fancy giving a follow to. Dara Azizi said Minamino needs to bulk up a little bit. Not unusual, mate, when you come into the Premier League. And do you know what? We've got some really good strength and conditioning coach and sports science experts, nutrition experts at the club. So I've no doubt that he will work on his upper body strength a bit for certain. 1883 said Dylan, 17 to go. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the update. 17 to go, ladies and gents. Surely we can get those 17 followers to get past 1,900 on this stream. Now remember, when we hit 2,000 followers on Hot Mic, we did promise, like when we hit 1,000, that we would give away a £50 Amazon gift card to one of you absolute legends. And of course we will do that as well. We'll also do £50 Amazon gift card when we hit 40,000 subscribers on YouTube, which we would have absolutely smashed by now if football hadn't stopped. So yeah, that stalled our momentum a little bit because we were flying. Like, we were doing record numbers on our watch-alongs and stuff. Like, flying past 130k for some of our watch-alongs. I think we were at 136, 137,000 viewers for the watch-along of the Atleti game. So yeah, we were doing record numbers, and then, boom, momentum stopped. Like every other football YouTuber, it's been really difficult, but you guys have stuck by us. You've stayed with us throughout this, and we're getting closer to football being back, ladies and gents. Again, just a little bit of a reminder that this is going to be my last stream this week, because I was taking the week off, as you guys know, to get ready for the hectic end to the season. But I did promise to do a stream today. It was originally supposed to be Der Klassiker earlier on, but that kind of went out the window when our system shit the bed, so I couldn't do that. So I said I'd come on tonight and I'd do a stream instead, because I promised I'd do a stream today, and I like to keep to my word. Casper said, Craig, do you rate David Neres? Should we sign him? The guy from Ajax, yeah, he's a very good player. We were linked with him last summer. Everton were linked with him last summer. Ajax are going to be letting probably Onana go, Donny van de Beek go, that kid that Chelsea signed as well, he's on the way. So I don't know how many more they'll let go, because they have to keep some of the squad together there at Ajax. So I don't know if they're going to be willing to let more go. Now, they did say that they had an agreement with Donny van de Beek, with Onana, that they would let them go if the right offers came in this summer. So I don't know. Gaming Guy, I don't know which one you're talking about, so be more specific. I know a lot of people with that name, mate. We'll get those numbers back up, Craig, said Andrew. I hope so, mate. I mean, we won't this season, because let's be honest, when the football comes back, it's going to be behind closed doors, and everybody and their sister are going to be doing watch along to the game. So, and look, don't get me wrong, I'll back myself doing a watch along against anybody, because I enjoy them. I have fun. I'm emotional. I curse. I swear. I shout. I think people enjoy it. So we won't get the same numbers, but that doesn't matter. We'll be together and we'll enjoy the moments together. Tagliafico might join Chelsea. I don't know. Probably. I mean, Chelsea are going to be in the market, definitely. They're after having that ban overturned, so they are able to sign players. They already have one in the bag that we know was coming to them from Ajax in the summer as well. So yeah, I don't know how many players will they let go. Game and Guy, no, that won't be happening, mate. That won't be happening again. What's your opinion about Shaqiri, the goalkeeper? Said Matthew Rigby. It's one of these links that won't go away, but every time I see the link, the transfer fee seems to get higher and higher, mate. Originally, I'd heard about 15 to 20 million for Ergkan Shaqiri, who, if anyone doesn't know, is a Trabzonspor goalkeeper, very highly thought of, and has been linked to the club for quite a long time. So much so that I think his former manager came out and said that the keeper had told him that a deal to Liverpool was done, that he was going. Now, himself, Shaqiri has only come out and said that he wants to finish the season with Trabzonspor. That's where his full focus is. He's been a thorough professional, which is great to see. And if you're a Trabzonspor fan, Christ, get that out, Craig. That's exactly what you want to hear. So, I don't know what's going to happen there. Are we going to go out and spend 30 million quid on a backup goalkeeper or 25 million quid on a backup goalkeeper? In a normal window, in a normal market, I would say maybe. If Adrian moved on, for instance, there was links that Adrian might move back to Real Betis or something. I'd also seen links, by the way, for not Hugo. Loris Karius, I meant to say, to Germany. We know that his deal with Besiktas has been cancelled. He's come back to Liverpool. He's going to just move on. So probably Germany. Back to Germany for him. I'm trying to remember what club it was that I'd seen him linked with, but I'd be lying if I said I knew confidently which club it was. But there was definitely a link to him, to Loris Karius going back to Germany. Bernadette Farrell said, I'd love to... Farrell? Is it Farrell? It's Farrell. Said, Craig, I'd love to give a thumbs up to the LFC channel for making us smile or laugh with the little player soundbite. It's no wonder LFC official YouTube channel is the most successful football channel on YouTube. Yeah, they produce some great stuff. And it is very good content as well, Bernadette. I agree. So yeah, a thumbs up from me as well. Hertha Berlin, I think, Dylan, is a good show. I think that might actually be where it was. And then somebody over on Twitter or YouTube said the same. So thank you. Yeah, I think it was Hertha. Good show. Jonas said, the Danish club Aarhus GF have entered into a collaboration with Zoom on a virtual football. Do you think it could come to the Premier League? I did see this, mate. And there's a couple of things that immediately came into my head. One, how long before somebody gets their tits out, a fella gets his lad out, or somebody standing there promoting their company on these Zoom images? Also, the mock-up that I'd seen, the screen seemed very close to the pitch for my liking. And, for me, I mean, look, if our house want to do it and they think it's beneficial, have at it. But it just seemed weird to me. So I would say no to that one for me as an idea. Okay, what else is there in the chat? I'm sure I had some more stuff in my notes, but let's just keep going with your comments, ladies and gentlemen. Can you have a quick recap, said Poppin Powell. Okay, no problem, mate. Happy to do it. So we started off the stream talking about the news, the big news, I suppose, from a Liverpool transfer perspective, that Shaqiri could well be going to Newcastle. Dominic King tweeted out to say that Newcastle have sounded out his reps about a move. He goes on to say that Shaqiri would be interested in a move if the Newcastle takeover goes through. We spoke about a former Dortmund player, Stefan Freund, who said that Jadon Sancho is ready to play for Liverpool, but has warned against moving to Manchester United because of their struggles to qualify for the Champions League. Then we talked about Lallana and the fact that he is yet to agree a contract extension to his current Liverpool deal. As we know, players who are out of contract at the end of the season, their contracts are due to be up in June, but the season is going to be extended, so the likes of Kleiny, Lallana, Willian at Chelsea and other players are going to have to probably sign short extensions to their deal. So that hasn't yet been agreed, but I'm sure it will in due course. We went on then to speak about Barcelona and the fact that they look absolutely desperate to offload some players this summer. There's talk that Ousmane Dembele could be available for as little as 39 million quid. And then we went on to talk about Felipe Coutinho, who, as we know, Bayern Munich didn't exercise the option to make that loan deal permanent. So he's going to be available. He's been linked to Arsenal. And there's talk of £70 million being the price tag that will get Felipe Coutinho. Then I think the next thing we did was we talked about Diego Carlos, who had been linked to Liverpool. He's a Sevilla centre-back, €75 million buyout clause. Reports in Spain have said that that's not going to happen, but that Arsenal and Barcelona are interested in him. I think that's pretty much the main points of what we talked about tonight, mate, apart from the usual nonsense with me making silly noises and singing and doing stupid shit. What have we got? Marco Grujic said Huey. Yeah, he's a Hertha as well. I don't know what will happen there. It is an interesting one. I mean, I think if the right money came in, maybe the club would move him on, but I don't know if that money will be forthcoming in this coming window, so I don't know what to do. Right, ladies and gentlemen, look, if you are enjoying and you haven't yet become a member of the channel and you wonder how so many people have the Anfield Agenda badge beside their name, or they're able to use certain emojis that you aren't able to use, or you hear us talking about the Anfield Agenda Discord group and you think, what the fuck is that? Well, it's something that's available to members of the channel. Now, our membership is as cheap as it can possibly be, literally. It's 99p a month to become a member. You get to use all those cool emojis that Dave Sweeney and Mr. Crosby there put into the chat. The one of my bald head still freaks me out to this day, which is weird because I see it so often. And that is available to all of our members at 99p a month. There is an ultra membership as well that's $4.99 a month, where me and Connor are going to be recording some podcasts that we're going to send out to our ultra members as well. There is some merchandise that Mr. Crosby is working on as well, so keep an eye out for that one. I think Anfield Agenda mugs, in a couple of varieties maybe, are going to be the first thing that we release with regards to merchandise. We will make sure that those who are members of the channel as well get a discount on merch. And as well as a discount, there's another idea we're flirting around with for the merch for our members as well. So it is really worth doing. I mean, it helps the channel out, there's no denying that. At a time where, you know, we're like everybody else, we're really just struggling to keep our heads above water. But at 99p a month, if you can do it and it's something that you want to do, click that join button. And don't forget, if you're already a member, by the way, the Discord group is there. We'd love to have you on. So if you are a member and you haven't yet clicked on the link to join Discord, please do it, because I think there's nearly 100 of us in there at the minute, and it's good fun. And it's where we chat offline as well. We chat about what's coming up on the stream. I bitch and moan a lot in there as well, and throw little tantrums. So if you don't get enough of my little hissy fits on here, go on to Discord, because there's no shortage of Craig hissy fits on Discord. John said that the members also get access to the Discord group. Yep. Joanne, thank you for the super sticker as always. That's the first time I've seen that one. You keep surprising me with new ones, Joanne. Phil Kilby, sir, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, the newest member to the Familia. Don't forget to join the Discord group, Phil. And also another thing about the memberships is the longer you're with us, the more your badge changes colour. So when you start off, it's a bronze colour, and then I think when you're here for 2 months it goes silver, and then when you click into your next month it goes gold, and then it's red I think after 6 months or a year, and then I think there's something else, I don't know, I can't remember what the next one is because we haven't gotten to that stage yet. But I know Connor's working on some new emojis as well for you guys to use, and look, we've got loads of them. We've got the 6 times emoji. I was going to say 5 times there for a second, but then I remembered, hang on Craig, you got 60. We are fucking 6-time European champions, pal. Get yourself together. Brian said, go big or go home condoms as well. They're definitely not go. I mean, if it was go big or go home with regards to condoms, Brian, I'd be going home, mate. Do you know what I mean? I think you can read between the lines there. Do you think we will sign Koulibaly, said Matthew Rigby. There is more chance, Matthew, of me coming onto this stream the next time I do it with a full head of hair, and a genuine head of hair, than there is of Liverpool signing Koulibaly. It's not going to happen, mate. I've seen figures this week of about 75 to 80 million pound that Napoli are going to look for him. And whilst he's a wonderful defender that would, you know, help any club that he went to, I don't think that'll be Liverpool. Paul over on Hot Mike said, all buy the mugs, thank you. That is an official contract, Paul. You were tied into that now. The mugs are 99 quid each, Paul, and you're going to have to buy 7 because you've committed to it. So you now owe us the guts of 700 quid, Paul. I'm waiting. Come on, Paul. Pay up, mate. You owe us. I'm only joking. They're definitely not going to be that expensive. Trust me. James McCausland? I hope I pronounced that correctly, sir. Welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, buddy, the newest member of the channel. I love having new members. I love it. It feels like our family just gets a little bit bigger. Do you think we'll sign Saka from Arsenal, said Gaming Guy? I think I'd love us to. I think that Arsenal are desperately trying to get him to sign the new 5-year deal at the club. And I think that there will be a load of clubs in the Premier League and around Europe looking at him because he's a very talented dude. What I don't know about is, you know, if his contract ran out and we signed him, would Arsenal be entitled to, what do they call it, developmental fee? So, you know, when we got Danny Ings on a free, we had to pay, we went to, whatchamacallit, what are those things? Tribunal, and we ended up having to pay a record fee from a tribunal at that time. So yeah, I don't know if they'd be entitled to that because I don't know how long he's been at Arsenal. So I can't remember. Connor said he'll post the Discord link on the community page of the YouTube channel as well for any of our members who are on there, so they have a fresh link if they want to come and click on and join that Discord group as well. Thank you for that, Connor. Dylan, talk to you really soon, buddy. Joanne, our official hot mic counter-upper, have we hit 1900 yet? Because I feel like I'm not leaving this fucking stream until we get to 1900 on hot mic. So, come on, don't make me get topless, because you know I'll get topless up in this bitch. It happens. Arsenal won't even be able to afford that, said Mickey. I don't know what regards that's to. If it's Felipe Coutinho at 70 million, I think it's a bit far-fetched myself. Yasser, lovely to see you in the chat, mate, as well. 2 new members, said Brian. I know. Brilliant. Welcome. Lovely to have the guys with us. We're really close to 200 members on the channel now. We've been flirting with that number for ages. So, yeah, it really is important. If you can join, hit that join button. Boom. Connor said posted the link there now as well. Class. Right, what else do you want to talk about, ladies and gents? Because don't forget, you're not going to see my ass till Monday after today. So anything you want to bring up, please do put it in. Scotty said, if you want to see him do it, then watch the Barca goal reactions. You know what's mad? As old as that clip is, Scotty, we still get new comments on it every week, which is mad. It does make me smile, the people. I know Connor does have a pin to the channel, I think, so when you come and look at the channel, it's one of the first videos that you see there. But yeah, I often watch it back as well, because I love reliving those emotions that we all felt at that time. Would I take Traore at Liverpool? Yes and no. Yes, because he's a decent player, but nowhere for the 60 million quid that has been quoted. I think there's much better value out there in the market for 60 million. I'd be a little bit nervous as well, Adam, because no doubt he's absolutely tore it up this season with Wolves, but it kind of has been his breakthrough season, and as I was saying earlier on, that Wolves system is very much set up to get the ball and give it to Traore and let him do his thing, whereas Liverpool, I don't know if so much of the ball would go through him as it does. Still at 1883, said Joanne on hot mic. Okie dokie. I'm not going to keep banging on about it, ladies and gentlemen, but if we didn't get to 1900, Angels aren't getting the wings, so Connor's not going to space camp, so there you go. I'm only joking. Look, it is what it is. Follow, don't follow, download the app, don't download the app. I'm still going to be here singing and dancing, so. Jonas, good night to you, sir. I will chat to you soon. Right, what else have we got? What are you doing with your free time? Any plans, said Rob. It's sort of free time and it sort of isn't, so myself and Connor plan on recording some of those podcasts for the Anfield Agenda Ultra members to get some in the bag, and there's a few topics that we've been talking about. We've been working on some behind the scenes bits and pieces as well, that so it is time off, but it isn't time off, Rob, if you get me. Like, I'm not streaming, but myself and Connor are still doing other stuff behind the scenes to the dirty stuff, the unsexy stuff, the stuff that nobody ever really gets to see. Overrated, said Huey67, I think, with regards to Traore. What about Tadic? I think, did he not sign a new deal at Ajax, mate? But again, he's not going to leave Ajax. I think he's one of the players that they've said won't be leaving this summer, because as we went through a list earlier on of potential ones that are going to leave Ajax, and Tadic is older than I think a lot of people think as well. Right, what have we got over on Hot Mic? Any more comments for us over there? No, I think we're caught up on there as well. Nice. Scotty said, download the app and help Craig and Connor. Yeah, download the app and help Craig and Connor. Do what Scotty said. Scotty's always right. Well, any YouTube fans out there, that this is non-football related for a second here, so bear with me. I did see something yesterday that it looks like that KSI will probably be fighting Logan Paul. Not Logan Paul, the other fucker, Jake Paul. Yeah, him. I think that was originally supposed to be the fight, wasn't it? I mean, again, I'm not up on all this stuff, but before he fought Logan Paul, wasn't KSI supposed to fight Jake Paul originally? And as we know, he went and fought Logan Paul twice, and then I think Jake Paul beat Deji, didn't he? And then, yeah, blah blah, we are where we are. But anyway, for those who care, it looks like that there could be a KSI Jake Paul fight coming up in 2021. For those that are interested, anyway. Eddie Hearn, of course, has been rubbing his hands together at the thoughts of it. Eddie doesn't. He loves a pound note, does Eddie? He loves chasing them peas. Brian said he'd be a hell of a signing. In fairness, Traore, I'd love him to be at the club just to see what he'd become on the Klopp. Not at that money though. Probably should have got him before Wolves. Yes, but look, it is credit as well to the coaching of Nuno and the Wolves staff that Traore has come on and become a better player. So you got to give credit there as well. If Logan Paul couldn't beat KSI, how's Jake Paul beat him? Well, from what I've read from those that are in the boxing fraternity, Mickey, apparently they believe Jake Paul is a better boxer than Logan Paul. To me, Logan Paul, look, I'm not trying to throw shade at anyone because he stepped inside the ring and the man deserves immense credit for that, but I just couldn't understand in that fight where he didn't let his hands go more, because there's no doubt that when he stepped into that ring against KSI that he was much the bigger man, and he looked more heavy-handed as well. I couldn't understand why he didn't let his hands go more. He looked afraid to be countered, and I kept waiting watching that fight, thinking, when the fuck is Logan going to let go? Like, when is he going to pump out that jab, and when is he going to throw fucking proper, like, plant his feet and throw a fucking proper punch? But it never really came, and KSI deservedly got the W. And I think probably should have got it in the first fight as well. There was a draw, so. And Connor said KSI and Jake are more similar in size as well. Yeah, I think the second fight, the pro fight against Logan Paul, if my memory serves me correct, was fought at cruiserweight, which is very big for KSI. I mean, Logan Paul looked like a natural cruiserweight when he went in there, but as Connor said, KSI and Jake do seem more similar, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see that fight at maybe middleweight or super middleweight, rather than the cruiserweight limit that I think that they fought at, if my memory serves me correct. Ronnie said, I just want to say, you can tell Robbie and Troops Arsenal will never win the Champions League. How am I going to tell them that? I've filmed with Troops before, but I don't know Robbie. I've done one stream with him, but you tell them. I don't know them, and I'm not going to just go, hey, Troops, yeah, how are you doing, man? Yeah, no, Arsenal never going to win the Champions League, no. Yeah, see you, mate. Talk to you, bye. Come on, mate, it's not going to happen. You can tell them, though. What is the latest on Timo Werner? Said Edward. The latest is, technically, there's not really any news, but the news is that I'm really, really confident it's going to happen, Edward. I hope that's good enough for you, pal. Yeah, I'm kind of, I bite my tongue a little bit because, you know, we often get sent a lot of stuff and most of it's bullshit, but sometimes you get sent some stuff and you're like, maybe there's something to this. And I'm pretty confident, Edward. That's all I can really say. Excuse me. Dara said, did you see Tyson Fury's comment on Mike Tyson's comeback? I did not. I don't want Mike Tyson to come back. I want to explain this a little bit further. Mike Tyson, as a boxing fan, was my idol growing up. As a fighter, like, who didn't love Mike Tyson? He's 53 years of age. He's in great shape. I've seen him on the pads. It looks amazing. But I just don't want to see him come back. I mean, he doesn't need the money. I think he's doing quite well with his new venture. His podcast is doing well as well. Hot boxing. I don't know. I mean, look, nobody's going to tell Mike Tyson what he can and can't do, but I just hope that he doesn't. I mean, if he wants to do a few little 3-4 rounder exhibition things, which aren't, I suppose, I mean, what is an exhibition in boxing? It's very strange. I heard Eddie Hearn talking about this to Kugan Cassius on IFL TV, and he was saying, like, well, he might as well fight. If he's going to do exhibitions, then surely he might as well just fight, like, but I don't think, it's a difficult one because, look, you see him on the pads, he looks really impressive. The man's a beast. He's Mike Tyson, but he's had his career. I hope he doesn't step back in the ring, personally. And I mean that in the most loving way, because I really do like Mike Tyson. Who wins in a fight, Adama or Fury? There's no way Adama get near him. Imagine Fury's reach advantage and height advantage over Adama Traore. Mike Tyson came to my mum's school when he was really young, got to shake his hand. That's class. Well in, mate. A good friend of my dad's is a good, well, was in the same gym, fought on the Barney Eastwood, and knows Mike Tyson very well. In fact, Mike Tyson called him the toughest white man on the planet, or the baddest white man on the planet. Joe Egan, Big Joe Egan is the guy's name. I think he does a bit of acting in that these days as well, Joe. But I got told some stories as a kid from Joe about Mike Tyson, and just unbelievable. What a man! What a fighter! Like, I mean, he lost because of varying reasons. The loss to Buster Douglas. I know this has gone back, and a lot of younger people won't have a fucking clue what I'm talking about. But he should never have lost that fight. His head just wasn't in the right place. Right, what else have we got? Way too old and he's a legend, said Brian. Naby Keita will be one of our best players next season, said Ronnie. I agree, Ronnie. Great shout, that, mate. And apparently he's looking very sharp in training as well, and that's very promising to see. What else is there? Phil said Mike Tyson doesn't need the money. He has a weed farm company. Oh, I know, Phil. That's why I was saying he's got a good business interests, and he's doing bits and pieces as well. And he's got he's got the Hotboxing podcast as well that he does, which is doing really well for him, and is a good podcast if anybody wants to go and check it out. If Rocky can keep getting in the ring correct, then why not Mike? I mean, there you go. Terry, how are you? I'm a gooner. Terry says hello. Gutted about the live watch along, but can't be helped. Yeah, it seems to be, Terry, that it's Skype that's causing our issues, because look, now this stream seems to be going alright. So I think we're going to have to relook at Skype. But again, Terry, I'm sorry that didn't work out earlier on. I would have loved to have done it. But again, Terry's from Claude and the Bances, so please do go over. If you're on Hot Mic, give Claude and the Bances a follow on there. YouTube, Twitter, everything as well. But as I said, one thing, before I head off in a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, go over to Instagram and give @Anfield Agenda a follow over there. I think as things stand, we've got like 12,300 Instagram followers or something like that. But I'm going to be posting much more to our Instagram story. I'm going to do a few lives on there as well. But most importantly, you'll get loads of little clips from me. 1 minute clips, 30-second clips, a few bits and pieces as well. Some of it in good humour, some of it me ranting as well. But if you're an Instagram user, go over, follow @Anfield Agenda on Instagram. Same on Twitter as well, although Instagram is like my new shiny toy that I'm starting to get to grips with and really having a bit of fun with it. So again, would love you to go over and give us a follow on Instagram if you could do that. Also, look, give us a follow on YouTube. Subscribe, I should say, on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up as well. Joanna, for the final time tonight, my friend, what is the finishing monthly total on Hot Mic? It looks like we're going to have to take a big fat L on hitting 1,900 followers by the looks of it, Joanne. But I'll ask the question anyway. And again, I will be back next Monday, ladies and gentlemen. That'll be our next stream. I'm going to take the rest of the week off to kind of get myself ready, because it's going to be a hectic end to the season with a fiesta, a festival of football, and we're going to be doing as many watch-alongs as we possibly can. Liverpool related, non-Liverpool related. We've got La Liga coming back as well, I think, week beginning June the 8th, so the first games are probably going to be around the 12th of June, and we'll know more in the coming days as well about the Premier League. There is a meeting tomorrow where they're going to hopefully give the go-ahead for players to be contact training moving forward, which is the next step then in Project Restart. So fingers crossed, we're getting a little bit closer, ladies and gentlemen, to the Reds being back in action, being crowned Premier League champions, and getting this season finished, because everybody wants to get it in the bag, get the season finished, and see when we start next season and what the plan is. Will I still be on Discord? Yes, Rob, I'm always going to be on Discord, mate, which is why I was saying to people, if you are members already, make sure that you do join the Discord group, and if you're not, sign up, join up, become a member, 99p a month, and you'll get to chat to us on Discord. But yes, mate, I'm always going to be on Discord for you guys this week. As I said, I love to throw my little strops in there, mate, and, stamp my feet like a petulant little child, and yes, I will be on there. What have we got? Your birthday's 2 days after next stream, said Callum. Thank you, Callum, and happy birthday to you, mate, but I'm sure I'll chat to you on the next stream, but if I don't, happy birthday to you. Dave said we're still at 1,883 followers on Hot Mic, so big, dirty, fat L for Anfield Agenda there this month on Hot Mic, ladies and gentlemen. But look, if you're watching this back, do download the app, put in the code Anfield. I will chat to you wonderful, wonderful people on Monday. I hope that you have a great week ahead. The weather looks like it's going to be cracking, so even if you're stuck in your back garden, why not go treat yourself, go to the supermarket, get some drinks in, have a barbecue, relax with the family, get the music pumping, enjoy yourselves. It's been a pleasure catching up with you all again. I needed this. Thank you for being here and making me smile again. And I will talk to you guys on Monday. But do Instagram, because I'm going to be doing some more stuff on Instagram. So make sure you get over there. Give @Anfield Agenda a follow as well. Thank you to Joanne and everybody else that sent in super stickers and super chats tonight. That's going to be what keeps this channel afloat. So thank you very much for your love and support. I will chat to you guys on Monday, unless I see you on Instagram or Discord. As I always say, ladies and gentlemen, take care of your families. Tell your loved ones that you love them. And up the motherfucking Reds. I love you, crazy bastards, and I will talk to you on Monday. Take care.